I'm getting ready to address a very important topic that needs to be addressed, but at the same time, I want to make sure that you understand that I'm going to be talking about some adult things. I'm going to be talking about a lot of things that some younger Christians or younger people may not be able to handle right now. So as a parent and as a guardian, I want you to make sure that you get them out of the room, pause it, don't allow them to watch until you review it and make sure it's okay for them. So let's get into it.
Like cold water to a weary soul, so is good news from a distant land.
Good news and there's bad news. Right. Now which news you want first? Well, if you give me the good news without the bad news, that don't grab you, that don't work. Alright, well let me get the bad news. Everyone must die. There's more bad news. God is going to judge our lives. But the good news, God sent Jesus Christ so we can serve our death sentence and then bring new life.
It's the Good News Talk Show with your host, Tamashian the Visionaire. What up, Doe?
Get on Fade to Black. Welcome to another edition of the Good News Talk Show. I can't really say I'm excited to present this message, but I am. I'm glad that the Lord has blessed me with the opportunity to be able to share with you some of the things that I feel need to be addressed. I've addressed things on my show such as abortion, kids being taught their sexual parts. I've also talked about homosexuality. I've talked about a lot of stuff, but today I want to address the issue of adultery. And I'm titling this message, "Sleep with Your Own Wife." How does that sound? I have a desire to help out people, and I can easily point fingers and say, this person did this and this person did that, but what I want to do is provide you with some tools and some tips or some things you can implement into your own life that will help you not commit the act of adultery. The number one tip that I want to give, that is, stay away from peaches. Peaches, that's right, I said it. Stay away from peaches. And you might be asking, who is Peaches? Peaches is the adulterous woman that we're going to talk about in a few short seconds in Proverbs chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7. I mean, you name it, she in there. Peaches could be anybody who used to, let's say, have your nose open, or somebody that you really was crazy about. Peaches can come into the form of a co-worker. She can be a friend, an assistant, anybody that you may know. So the thing is, the adulterous woman, we're going to call her Peaches for the sake of this show. All right. So let's get into Proverbs, and we're going to talk about. Let's talk about peaches. You see how the Bible expresses the view of peaches, right? It says that the lips of a forbidden woman drip honey. I mean, the lips look good. You know what I'm saying? They look sweet. But it says, and her speech is smoother than oil. I mean, she's very persuasive with her words. She can talk to you and you be like, whoa, that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. But it says, but in the end, she is bitter as wormwood. Nasty, like wet wood. If you want to know what it tastes like, go get some wood, put some water on it, wet it up, and just take a couple bites of it. That's how nasty it is. Wet wood. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? But it looks good. Peaches look good. But it says that her feet, her legs, them long, pretty legs that she got, they lead straight to the grave. We're talking about what the Bible said about peaches. Okay? Now, once you get involved in her, it also says something. It says, keep your way far from her. That's why tip number one is stay away from peaches. Keep your way far from her. Do not go near her door. It's saying don't even go near her door. We ain't talking about go in the bedroom, go be alone with her. We saying the Bible is saying don't even go near her door. Meaning stay away from her. Okay? And then it says something that a lot of men who have babies outside of marriage, they deal with. something called child support. Now, if the Bible talk about realms and some other things, you know it's going to address the issue of adultery and even get to the point of child support. Let's read. It says, this is child support right here. It says, keep your way far from her and do not go near the door of her house, lest you give your honor to others and the years to the merciless, lest strangers take their fill of your strength and your labor goes to the house of a foreigner. So the back work and the hands work and everything that you're doing to generate income, now all of a sudden you got something called friend of the court that's got their hand in your check and is enriching another man's house. That's child support. That's one of the things that adultery would get you, is you'd be paying child support. Anyway, so we talked about peaches. Now let's not be misled about this woman Peaches. You know, she don't care about your family. She don't care about your lifestyle. She don't care about nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Bible tells us, that this woman could care less about you and everything that you stand about. All she want to do is entrap you and send you to the grave. So that's tip number 1. Stay away from peaches. All right. Tip number 2. You have to be scaranoid. Yeah, I said it. Scaranoid. That is, you can't get comfortable with yourself and thinking that it's okay. I'm cool. I never cheat on my wife. Or I'm cool. I got this. You always have to be in a mindset that you are, that it's possible for you to fall. Once you get comfortable with yourself thinking that everything is okay, that's when the enemy is going to come in and going to hit you when you least expect it. You have to be looking out for this Peaches. Now, I know the Bible also says that we should be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. But in these type of situations, when you're dealing with Peaches, it don't tell you to be strong in the Lord and the power of His might. It say flee. Flee fornication. You ever read that story about Joseph when Potiphar's wife was trying to get with him and trying to grab him and throw him on the bed or whatever it was? You know, he bust up. He ran. He got out of there. He fled. He wasn't trying to handle anything to do. That was Peaches. He left her alone. That's a perfect biblical example of what we should do with Peaches. Leave. Run. Be scaranoid. All right? Tip number 3 is you need a Nathan in your life. Who is Nathan? The Nathan that I'm talking about is the prophet that came up to David and told him flat out, dude, you're wrong. You done slept with another man's wife. You done coveted. You done murdered. I mean, you done broke every commandment. All 10 commandments you done broke. And he told him straight up, look, God, you the guy. You are wrong. You foul. And he had enough heart to say, you know what? I am wrong. And David repented based off of somebody that kept it real with him. You need a Nathan in your life to tell you when you're wrong and when you're right. Tip number 4, if it's possible, and I'm telling you to really pursue it, if it's possible, and you're going on these tours to do speaking engagements, rap concerts, whatever it is that you're doing, your profession that got you on this platform, take your wife with you. Now, I want to read the scripture where it talks about the actual apostles that were going on tour, right? They were going on tour, missionary journeys. You know, they may not have been doing some rapping and all that, but they were on tour, right? But they did take their wives. In 1 Corinthians chapter 9, we're going to read verse 5. It's real simple. It says, do we not have the right to take along a believing wife, as do the other apostles and the brothers of the Lord and Cephas? And we're talking about Cephas, who was Peter. Now, it said that he took his wife along with him on these journeys. Now, if Peter did it, you should do it. That's going to help you. That's healthy to take your wife with you.